Okay, recording this video after close trade Wednesday, 18th July 2012. Hope you had a good day's trading today. Want to make this a really short video. Just want to talk about a setup for a trade I took this morning. It was a one shot, one kill, going long straight out the gate, 4 points in probably about 15 minutes, something like that. The market went a lot higher, but you know me, I'm kind of just happy with taking a few points every day and just being done rather than watching charts all day. But I also want to kind of combine this with a great little email that I got from Trey talking about the success that he's starting to have with the better indicators, and he makes an interesting point about he used to be kind of buying breakouts, and he's starting to see with the better indicators sometimes that's not the right thing to do. And I've talked about amateurs love to buy breakouts and professionals love to fade breakouts or kind of go the other way. It's one of the reasons why the Rambo pattern is so good. Rambo stands for potential reversal of an amateur breakout, and that's where we've got amateurs kind of leading a breakout move, and it kind of is always suspect, and kind of if it comes around and goes the other way, you've got a great setup for kind of fading that kind of breakout trade. Today's trade that I took was a breakout trade, and I just want to talk about why this one kind of works and what constitutes a good kind of breakout trade. So let me just kind of go through that. First of all, with yesterday's activity, Ben Bernanke speaking and so on, we had this important kind of reversal day. We put in cyclical support on the daily chart, and I was saying yesterday's video, I just need to kind of adjust my mental attitude and say, look, if this thing's going up, just go with the flow. Don't kind of try and beat yourself up or try and play against the flow. So they've got this kind of bias kind of going on. So coming into the open on today's activity, we had 1500 tip bar charts. Yesterday we had this pretty big reversal day that ended up in the 50s. We kind of had these kind of maxing out patterns, and then we kind of just settled a little bit overnight. So this is the close on Tuesday, and this is the open on Wednesday. But coming into this, you can see that we had all of these blue professional bars kind of pre the open were coming in kind of at the lows. That one's kind of a little bit high, we kind of break down, but we don't go much further than that. We kind of come down again, blue professional bars kind of picking it up at the lows here. So you can see the professionals are not active at the highs. They're not active on these bars. If anything, that's kind of amateur activity, trying to buy one of these breakouts, this classic kind of activity. So the professionals are all kind of active at the bottom of this space. So we've got a potential signal to tell us that the professionals are buying this activity. Now, 1500 tip bar chart, we had the resistance comes in and we just settle down a bit, but look at this. We have a little bit of a spike down and it's a blue professional bar. Then immediately we come back and break the resistance level at that point there, and we kind of go for this uptrend, which is a nice one, kind of goes pull back to dirty end of trend and a little bit further during the day. But the signal that this is going to break out when it breaks out to the upside is that the professionals have been buying the lows, and they in particular buy this little kind of spike down. I'll often talk about a gathering, a whole series of blue professional bars kind of under a breakout level, and if that's not kind of violated by too much, sometimes it'll go a half point against that kind of area but then kind of come immediately back and go for a breakout. That's a good breakout. So the signal that this was kind of likely to be a good trade go long was we had a little bit of bias, positive bias, after the cyclical support kind of comes in the day before, plus we've got professionals buying these lows. If we go down to the 500 tip bar chart, you can see that breakout that we had here at this point, amateurs going the wrong way, on the 500 tip bar chart was a Rambo pattern, and you can see the professionals are active just before that, taking profits, getting short at that point. The amateurs kind of love buying this breakout. They just want it to go. A couple of little Rambo patterns there, and exhaustion buying. That's a really unstable pattern. When you get an exhaustion buying pattern and the amateurs kind of active at the same time there, often that's a good place to fade. But again, you can see on the 500 tip bar chart, we kind of come in at these lows. You can see all these spikes down, blue professional bars kind of coming in at the lows, coming in here. They kind of shorted at this point, but they picked it up here. A little bit kind of unclear here, but at these lows we keep on holding. Then we try and break away. We come back again into this little spike down at 54. Bang, there's that blue professional bar that kind of comes in. Then we immediately kind of break above the high, that resistance point there. Bang, we're kind of off in that direction. And so I got long at 55 even, got out at 59 even, which is just after the end of trend kind of went off for this little trending move. So there we go, just a little bit of an explanation why that particular breakout was a good one to take. Kind of worked out nicely. I'll tag on Trey's email because I thought it was a nice little email, but that's kind of my best advice for figuring out kind of breakout moves, which way to go and which breakouts kind of to follow. Long 55 even. Long 55 even. Just checking my stops and targets. And reason for getting long, which is first trade today. Looks like we're trying to break out 500 tip bar chart. We had a little bit of a flush pattern, kind of came back, but blue professional bars kind of came in at 54. We're coming back through this breakout level on 500. Same deal on 1500. Got blue professional bar kind of coming in on this pull down, and you know, before the open, all the blue professional bars been happening at the lows. So it seems like it wants to kind of break above resistance here. Resistance on 1500 tip bar chart, go for a little bit of a spin before we get to cyclical resistance on the 1500 tip bar chart. So hopefully that's right. So just long 55 even. Okay, just a couple of minutes later, we're almost hitting 58s. There we go, and no blue professional bar kind of come in. I'm hoping for 59s where my target is. We've got 5,000 on better momentum. Just going to pull back a little bit. 5,000 here. No blue professional bars yet. Okay, first blue professional bar 4,500. Got a flush signal kind of here. We've still got to make pullback to end of trend on 500. So we're coming up to this cyclical turning point, which, you know, pullback to end of trend on 500, syncing up with that would be a good kind of place to get out. So let's hope for a final little blast. Came through 58s, 58.5. No blue professional bar. Okay, exhaustion buying on 1500 tip bar chart. Almost target at 59. Little bit of weakness, flush pattern kind of coming in. No blue professional bars yet. So let's hope on this next push up, please. Okay, blue professional bar's just gone off 1500, 45 and 500 here. It's actually just on this little kind of retrace, but anyway, pro signal exit's kind of gone off, so I'm just hoping for a final little burst of activity, take me out, but kind of conscious that that's kind of just gone off. Go out 59 even for 4. And just waiting and waiting there. I was a little bit nervous because amateur up bars kind of happening there into that high, and we'd have pullback to end of trend. But 14,000 on better momentum, which is a big reading. Just conscious pullback to end of trends coming up to cyclical resistance here on 4,500. So that's nice. One shot, one kill. Actually didn't want to trade today, so that was rather easy. 8:46 a.m.